Miro Kimbo at kanyang sinabi na umaasa pa rin sila na sana merong senator judge na aapila para dito at sinasabi rin niya kanina na meron pa silang ibang witnesses patungkol dito sa third article.
Pero nga mukhang malinaw na ang posisyon ng Senate sitting as an impeachment court na hindi po payagan na ipresenta yung privilege card or privileges ng Chief Justice galing po sa PAL. Kaya kung paano po yung particular Article 3 na yan tatayo at the end of the trial, magdedepende na po sa appreciation ng senator judges.
At nilinaw naman kanina ni Senador Chis Escudero na hindi dinadrop entirely nitong prosecution team itong Article 3 at ito ay pagbobotohan pa rin sa takdang panahon.
Okay, napapanood po natin sa puto ito, si Secretary De Lima ay nasa floor na po at sa ilang sandali ay marahil ay siya ay dadalhin na sa witness stand. Alam niyo po itong Secretary of Justice, siya po yung pinakapinuno ng lahat ng prosecutor. For her to be here standing as a witness dahil mahalaga po yung kanyang ginampanan na papel during yung nahinggil dito sa Article 7.
Basahin lang natin, Mark, itong Article 7 para sa ating mga manonood. Respondent betrayed the public's trust through his partiality in granting a temporary restraining order in favor of former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo and her husband Jose Miguel Arroyo in order to give them an opportunity to escape prosecution and to frustrate the ends of justice and in distorting the Supreme Court decision on the effectivity of the TRO in view of a clear failure to comply with the conditions of the Supreme Court's own TRO.
Kasama po natin ngayon, Attorney Jennifer Jimeno Atienza at galing naman po sa Philippine Council of Evangelical Churches, Bishop Ephraim Tendero. Magandang hapon po.
Magandang hapon, attorney, mga attorney at saka
Kathy. Tanungin muna natin si Bishop Tendero, ano po ang posisyon ng Council of Evangelical Churches tungkol dito po sa nagaganap na paglilitis?
Actually, noong January 18, 2 days after na mag-umpisa itong ating impeachment trial, pinalabas namin yung ating official statement na basically ang sinasabi natin, we welcome itong impeachment process as part of our democracy, as mandated in our constitution, na gusto nating magkaroon ng integrity at ng sinasabi nating maayos na pamamalakad ng ating pamahalaan, kaya meron natural check and balance. At itong impeachment will be a way of finding na kung merong issue about certain officials na kinakailangang panagutin, bigyan natin ng due process. At ang impeachment trial will be a way of having the due process. So, kung sa mga ordinary cases, meron siyang day in court. At medyo tumatagal lang itong day in court na ito. Pero magandang sinusuportahan namin yung proseso. At ating hinihiling din na at ating pinapanalangin na unang-una yung ating senator judges ay magkaroon ng mag-exercise talaga ng yung fairness sa kanilang pagdinig ng kaso at sa kanilang pong pagboto sa hinaharap. At ganun din na in all of this process ay lumabas talaga ang katotohanan at makita ang kabutihan. So yan po ating posisyon.
Okay, yan po si Bishop F. Babalik po muna tayo sa floor.
Madam Secretary, please stand up and raise your hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this impeachment proceeding?
Yes, I will.
So help you God.
Proceed.
Madam Secretary, would you please state your full name, your address, and your present occupation?
Magandang hapon po. Ako po si Laila De Lima. Ako po yung kalihim ng Katarungan.
I think we can take judicial notice of that, the facts about the circumstances of our witness.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. President. The testimony of this witness is offered to prove the partiality of the defendant as Chief Justice and as a member of the Supreme Court. 1. In the grant of a temporary restraining order in favor of former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo and her husband, Jose Miguel Arroyo, in the consolidated cases of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo versus Honorable Laila De Lima in her capacity as Secretary of the Department of Justice, and Ricardo A. David Jr. in his capacity as Commissioner of the Bureau of Immigration, GR number 199034, and Jose Miguel T. Arroyo versus Honorable Laila M. De Lima in her capacity as Secretary of the Department of Justice, Ricardo Paras III in his capacity as Chief State Counsel of the Department of Justice, and Ricardo A. David Jr. in his capacity as Commissioner of the Bureau of Immigration, GR number 199046, in order to give them an opportunity to escape prosecution and to frustrate the ends of justice, and two, in distorting the Supreme Court decision on the effectivity of the TRO in spite of the clear failure by the petitioners in these two cases to comply with all the conditions of the TRO.
So proceed, Counsel.
Ginang kalihim, kailan pa po kayo nanungkulan sa inyong pagiging kalihim ng kagawaran ng katarungan?
Naitalaga po ako sa posisyon na ito noong July 1, 2010.
Bilang Secretary of Justice, mangyari po bang sabihin ninyo sa kagalang-galang na hukumang ito ang mga mahalaga ninyong tungkulin?
Opo. Ang karamihan po ng mga katungkulan ng kalihim ng katarungan ay nakasaad sa Revised Administrative Code. Marami po yan, pero yung mga maitatawag po natin na parang core mandates or core functions ng kalihim ng katarungan ay yung investigasyon ng mga krimen at prosecution ng mga criminal offenders, at meron din po kami provision on the regulatory immigration services. At kaya nga po sa ilalim ng Department of Justice ay several po yung mga attached agencies na nandyan nga po yung Bureau of Immigration at even yung the National Prosecution Service po ay sakop ng Department of Justice. At isa pa hong function or authority ng Secretary of Justice ay yung pag-i-issue po ng mga tinatawag na whole departure orders and watch list orders ayon sa isang circular.
Ito pong nabanggitin yung tungkulin ninyo sa pagpapalabas ng tinatawag na whole departure orders, watch list orders. Ano po ba ang batayan ng inyong tungkulin na ito?
Nandyan po yan sa Department Circular number 41, which was issued around May 25, 2010. At bago po yung Department Circular number 41 ay meron pa hong mga nauna pa na mga Circular 17, Circular 17, if I'm not mistaken po, it was issued sometime in 1999 or 1997, and then yung pangalawa, yung isa pa po ay yung Circular number 18 in 2007. Yung Circular number 41 po ay parang kinonsolidate lang po yung mga dati na mga regulasyon ukol sa pag-i-issue ng tinatawag na whole departure orders, HDOs, and watchlist orders, WLOs.
Sino po ba ang kalihim ng katarungan nung ilinabas itong nabanggitin yung Department Circular number 41?
Yan po ay pinalabas ng aking predecessor, Acting Secretary Alberto Agra, kasi bago po yan ako naging kalihim.
Yung po noong kapanahunan ng dating Pangulo.
Opo,
Gloria
that was,
Macapagal-Arroyo.
sinabi ko po kanina, yung circular was issued May 25, 2010. Bago ho nag-assume officially sa katungkulan si Presidente Benigno S. Aquino III. So bago rin po ako naging kalihim.
Mr. President, request permission to approach the witness to identify an exhibit.
You may approach the witness. No problem.
Aking pong pinakikita sa inyo ngayon ang isang exhibit Nona Paul K, which was marked this morning during the pre-marking. Ano po ang kaugnayan nitong exhibit Nona Paul K dun sa circular na inyong nabanggit?
Certified true copy po ito nung circular number 41 na binanggit ko po kanina.
Sa bawat pahina po nitong exhibit na ito, may nakalagda sa taas ng pangalang Joel A. Okay, OIC Record Section. Kilala po ba ninyo itong lagdang ito?
Well, part ho siya ng record section ng departamento. Although bihira ko hong makita yung kanyang signature, pero kami po ang humingi nito sa kanya. So, pinirmahan ho ito sa harap ng aking staff. So,
To save time,
With the
to save
Defense
time,
Counsel?
to save time, Your Honor, we are willing to admit that the document being identified by Madam Secretary is a faithful reproduction of circular number 41.
Thank you.
Proceed.
Natatandaan po ba ninyo, nasa ilalim nitong Circular 41, kung inyo pong natatandaan, kayo ay nagpalabas ng isang watch list orders na nauukol sa dating Pangulo at
Opo.
ang dating First Gentleman.
opo, nagpalabas po ako ng a total of 3 watch list orders against the former President, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Although actually, dalawa lang po yun because yung unang watch list order issued August of 2011 ay inamend po ng another watch list order issued sometime in September. At yung pangatlo po ay another watch list order issued sometime in October 27. So ito po ay mga watch list orders. Yung unang dalawa na binanggit ko ay against the former President, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Yung pangatlo naman na binanggit ko, against the former President and the former First Gentleman.
Bakit po kayo nagpalabas ng watch list orders na nauukol sa dating Pangulo? Ano pong dahilan ng mga dahilan?
Meron ho kasing mga mabibigat na kaso na na-file sa Department of Justice. Ito po yung plunder cases, 3 po yung plunder cases against the former President, and meron naman po 2 na electoral sabotage cases against the former President and even against the former First Gentleman.
Kayo po ba'y nagsagawa ng isang